Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, divine miracles, children of God. Thanks for dropping by my channel. So I disabled comments a while back and somehow this one slipped through, so I thought I'd respond. And this person said, um, this person is wanting to appear wiser than Muji. Well, I don't know about want to appear wiser, but the long and short of it is I am wiser than Muji, and so are you. Um, Well, probably you are. I'll clarify that in a minute. And so is 99.999999999% of the people on this planet, because Muji is suffering from the most dangerous, tricky, hard to overcome spiritual delusion, and that is he thinks he's enlightened. Now, so see, the ego thinks it's enlightened. Okay, that's in that sense, everyone has the same delusion that Muji does, except Muji has a very special version of it, which I'll talk about in a moment. So the ego thinks it knows what's true. The ego thinks it's perfect. That's kind of one of its fundamental um, delusions. And so part of the spiritual path is recognizing that the ego is full of is full of it. The ego is not recognizing what the ego is, and that the ego is not perfect, that identity is not only not us, but all you have to do is observe your thoughts, and behind every thought is this energy of I know what's true, I'm right, this is what's true. It's like a declaration. Now, so that's like the ego at its core. Then what can happen, and Muji's a great example of it, is someone can have a spiritual experience, even a profound one, and start to think, I am enlightened, which it's just, and really believe it. Down here, it's generally unconscious. It's just kind of like, oh, da 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 da. It's just fundamental stance. But then someone gets on the spiritual path, and that egoic nonsense of like, I'm perfect, I know it all, can become a spiritual identity. I don't want to say spiritual identity, but a false spiritual identity. And Muji's a great example of that. So I don't have to try to appear wiser than Muji. I am. I know I'm not fully liberated. Most people on the planet are wiser than Muji. They don't have, most people on the planet, um, you know, as long as we're in ego, have some ego left, we are seeking to control things, to have people worship us, seeking out sex and money in dishonest ways. That doesn't necessarily, manipulative ways. That doesn't mean we're out stealing or, um, being manipulative to get sex. But as long as there's some ego, we all have a little bit of that. But then you get someone like Muji who thinks, who has the belief that they're awake and enlightened, and all those tendencies just like, not only am I right and I perfect, it's like, worship me, and I'm perfect, I can lead other people to liberation, and like, yeah, I'm gonna get some young booty and some money along the way. um, so I appreciate this person's comment, and I appreciate where he's coming from. Is he thinks I'm arrogant, and he thinks like, he thinks a lot of things, the person who wrote this comment. And the long and short of it is, most of the people on this planet are wiser than Muji, because they haven't fallen for really the ultimate. Spiritual ego is like 10 times nastier than regular ego, because ego itself is defended. It's like, I'm right and I'm going to fight for it and sometimes kill for it. But spiritual ego is like, I'm enlightened. There's no questioning of me. It's the same thing. It's just more. It's just harder to break through. So my prayers to Muji, and my prayers to all those who've fallen for his delusion. And may the force be with you. You're gonna need it, homeboy.